The views expressed in this presentation are expressly those of the presenter and do not reflect the official policy or position of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the United States Air Force, Department of Defense, or United States government.
Pivoting to our next topic here, for those who can hang, okay? This is primarily for Valentine to answer if she has a perspective. But ladies, go ahead and throw your perspectives in as you see fit. All right. I think you guys know the answers to most of these. Okay. Question number 1 from out there in the world. Can cadets be married / date an officer while in Air Force ROTC?
They might be able to better answer this, but I would assume yes.
Okay, under what conditions?
I don't see why not.
Okay. There are conditions. You are correct.
Oh, just not be in the same like chain of command, like stuff like that.
Girl,
or
they not in they nothing. All right. Because it can be any officer, nobody cares. But it can't be your cadre members. That is what it cannot be.
Well, yeah. That.
So yes, it happens all the time, right? We see that every now and then, somebody, I'm dating an officer, but they're civilian. So they technically are civilian over a cadet or whatever the case may be. As long as it ain't no cadre member or nowhere even close to that, then because AETC does not play around there. All right, cool. So you answered the question. Good for you. Anything else, ladies, to add to that? Nope, that was pretty straight, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, just checking. All right. Next one. Let's see. I am a male and I'm getting a single earring piercing on my lobe pretty soon. Since it'll be brand new, am I allowed to wear it during ROTC? If not, am I at least allowed to wear a clear, subtle stud that you can't see? It is a free piercing, so if it doesn't work out, I don't really care. Just curious about the rules. Valentine.
I know this one because I'm a flight commander and I do standards checks all the time.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, males, they just can't wear earrings no matter what. Not even like try to cover it up because I know some ladies like wear like a Band-Aid or something, but just no, not at all. They got to do that during the summer so it could heal when they're not active, but no.
Ladies, other perspectives.
I've seen the clear ones. I think a clear one is okay. But I'm a flight commander as well in my squadron. And if I have an airman who has gauges not in, but like outside of work, he's got gauges. And so it's like he's got some holes. He doesn't have anything in them, but I've seen people with the clear nose rings, clear earrings if they just get them in. I personally don't think that's okay. I'd have to go back and look at 362903 to look at what the new reg is for it. Because I know in uniform, no, you cannot have any type of visible earring in it. But if it's clear, I don't see an issue with it. That's a personal thing. I have to really look into the reg to see. But I wouldn't care. As long as it's not like a big diamond.
According to the reg, men can now wear spacers in uniform. They have to be like clear, non-fashionable, just little spacers. And it's kind of confusing because in the reg, they didn't edit what was previously there. They just kind of added it to the bottom. Mm-hmm. So if you're reading it in order, it'll be like men can never wear uniform or never wear earrings. And then at the bottom, it's like, well, they can wear earrings if it's a spacer. So it's definitely in the reg. I don't know about nose piercings and stuff like that. But like I tell, read the reg. If it explicitly says yes or no, there's your answer. If it's fuzzy, if you don't know, let me know and we'll come translate it together.
Yeah, sometimes it can kind of depend on command too. Like if it's kind of a gray area in the reg, you can kind of, if you have a cool flight commander or commander of the squadron, they could be like, yeah, I don't care, just don't have anything flashy. If you just want to have a clear little pin in, go for it. Because it's not to hurt anybody, it kind of depends. But then you might get some that are just like, nope, absolutely not. It doesn't say yes or no, but I'm saying no. So.
Cool. So just for that, just make sure you guys read AFI 362903. That will clear up everything just because they're the rules. And we got to make sure we are mentoring our people in the right direction. But ROTC, hey, if you're in any kind of uniform, then absolutely follow those rules. Now, when you're in BCAs, polos, that is the local deck commander. You got to figure out what they want and go from there. Because they might say, yeah, we don't care because it's not a real uniform. Or they might say, no, you need to follow AFI 362903. And this is, I consider it a uniform. So that's local policy. Cool. I hope that answers those questions. So the next topic is for our big little sister. That'd be Alyssa Esparza. Okay. As you all have heard, you guys heard senior master sergeant results came out. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes. A few head nods, right? Valentine probably did not care, but all right. But here we go. Here's why she should care. Okay. All right. So they came out with the numbers. So out of 15,151 eligible candidates, the Air Force selected 1,734 master sergeants for promotion to senior master sergeant this year. And actually, you might think oh my God, that's not a lot, right? But that's the highest total since 1991 when 2,208 master sergeants were selected for promotion. So that selection rate was 11.44%. So with that being said, it hasn't been high in a while. So Esparza, what does that mean to you? Does that have any kind of significance to you?
Yeah, it actually is like pretty direct because my new flight chief who just got here maybe a month ago was a master sergeant, and that slot's a master sergeant slot. So I met her. She's amazing. She's great. And then she's leaving. She just made senior master sergeant. So
yep.
She was getting oriented with everything, and we're like, okay, cool. She's gonna implement a lot of change, and she's gone. Sad. She will be missed. But I didn't know it was that actually cutthroat with it. I wonder if she was excited.
Yeah. Senior master sergeant is, if you ask the NCOs, they'll argue that senior master sergeant is the hardest rank to make, next to tech sergeant. So with that, you guys have to understand that the senior NCOs are the top 3%. They're controlled, right? So senior in chief, top 3% of the Air Force's enlisted structure. So that door is very, very thin, and it has to be as a congressional mandate. So keep that in mind. So you officers and officer candidates, that's the tip of the spear. Truly, with their stripes, they are the tip of the spear. They're have been entrusted with mentoring airmen and CGOs. They are our mentors, right? As we cross over from our commissioning sources into the active Air Force. So they are entrusted with that. And not a lot of people get the privilege and the honor in order to be able to do that. Although people work hard, they go hard all day, but not everybody gets across that one. That's a very, very thin threshold. And they will argue that, no, that's that's a lot. 11%. That's a lot. So let me go ahead and tell you what the statistics have been over the past few years. Esparza. Okay. 2024, as I said earlier, 11.44%. The year before, 10.16. The year before, 2022, 8.28. Before, 6.98.
Jesus.
Before then, 7.62. Then 10.77. Then 11.87. So it's been a long time since it was 11. Okay.
Dang.
And then chief is even thinner. So now, Valentine and fellow CGOs, okay, what does that mean for us? Okay. Now, for most of us, like I think Karina, Amy, and myself, we are captains. So obviously we are shoo-in for major, right? That's the right department. Okay. For major in 2022, 430 captains were considered for major and 361 were selected. That is 83%, folks. That is 83%. So with that being said, that goes to show you what our selection rates are and their selection rates, but we're a dime a dozen as majors. Like they're all over the place, right? Most of us get selected, right? But senior master and chief master, yikes. So that should give you a matter of perspective, Esparza. Maybe, right? Maybe selection rates for officer assessment programs are a little different. So yeah, maybe give you some guidance there.
I gotta really congratulate her. She was actually when I went through BMT, she was one of my MTIs in my squadron. She actually yelled at me like the first week I got there. I don't think she remembers, but I remember. So when I saw her, I was like, wait. It was like, oh my God, it's been like a year, and I was like, ah. I had to go around the corner and hide a little bit. But yeah, she's great. She's great outside of the uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. More ladies news. You guys ready? This one's good. All right. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Navy, all right, believe it or not, is rolling out new teams that will hear female sailors' concerns and advocate on their behalf, focusing on recruiting and retaining more women in the fleet. So an administrative message released Tuesday, the service announced the creation of Navy's Women's Initiatives team that will try and broaden awareness and influence policy changes to increase recruitment and retention of service women throughout the Navy. So they're doing things. Air Force has already been doing things, but I want to ask you ladies, particularly with this topic, what are some things that you would want to advocate for right now? Like, it is like, I'm a guy, right? I'm not a woman. I've never been a woman. I'm not going there, right? I know you guys deal with some things that I'm just blind to. I wake up and I think of male stuff, right? So what are the things that like you guys think that the Air Force is just, we're missing the mark, or the DoD, we're missing the mark on? What do you guys think? If there's anything, tell me. If you guys think it's, oh, everything's great, but let me know if it isn't.
Honestly, I think we've been doing pretty good about making sure that women specifically, are taken care of. Like, squadrons now have like lactation rooms for breastfeeding moms. They have a whole bunch of resources that for women, at least the bases I've been to and where I've been at, I've seen some pretty awesome female advocacy stuff. So we've got more female pilots coming on. We had the first female, I don't remember what it was, Blue Angel, that's Navy, but first female Blue Angel was just announced, I think. So I think we're moving in the right direction.
I think they have brought on a lot of things. But again, being in the Space Force and being a new service and not having to fall under conventional norms, I think, again, this is a good time to look at what our allied nations are doing and what are the benefits? Why are people staying in those services longer, or why are they getting out sooner than us? And what are the things that we can do to better our service and to better take care of our people? The mission's always going to get done. There's always going to be someone there to do it. So once we make sure the mission box is checked, it's good. How can we better improve the lives of the people taking care of the mission? And I think some of the things like maternity leave is really important. People that are working 24/7 ops centers. What about childcare? The CDCs aren't open 24/7. So how do we provide those things? So that's one less worry that women have to do or have to have on their back, in the back of their mind, as well as just providing, I guess, more opportunity to see female leaders. And that was kind of my big plug when I was applying for ROTC, is that my entire time as a cadet, I saw one female officer. She was there for 6 weeks, and then her husband got stationed in Houston, and there was an opening for a detachment down there, so she dipped. And then this entire time, my entire active duty career, I have seen female officers. I have rarely seen a Hispanic female officer, but none of them have ever been in my chain of command. I've never had a female above me in my chain that I could look to or ask questions to. I have to go seek those mentors out. So putting them in a spot where they're visible and people can talk to them, or even just think to themselves, oh, she's doing it. She's balancing work and family, or she doesn't want a family and she's putting all she has into work, but she's also investing herself into these other things that she's interested in. Great. That means I'm doing okay as a person. I don't have to have kids. I can do work and do all the things that I want to be interested in, and that's okay.
You guys realize that a lot of this stuff is recent. Like, this is you guys' generation, right? You guys are the youngsters. When I was in May 25th, 2004, when I first got through, this stuff was unheard of. But it was, to you guys, it's a no-brainer. Like, duh, why would you not have these? Mm-hmm. Why would you not have, I mean, even before then, the generation before that, the maternity uniforms, right? That wasn't a thing. Like, it was like, duh, like we've been doing this birth thing for like as long as I can remember, right? As long as history tells us. But we finally caught up to it. It's kind of strange. But like you guys mentioned, there's been a lot of advocacy for those kind of resources for the ladies. But I feel in my heart of hearts that there might be something more. There might be something missing. I just can't call it. When you guys say it, it's like, duh. It was like, yeah, no, I just don't. I have that perspective. So I know a lot has changed over the past. Like, COVID changed a lot of things. Like, I saw AFI 362903 change a bunch, right? That changed a lot for the ladies. Like, good stuff. Like, what, if anything, would you guys like to see change in your tenure as you all are the new generation? Anything?
I do think that I agree that a lot of change has been implemented. A big reason why I chose the Air Force over any other branches was just how much good I heard from like gender equality and just the women's safety aspect of it. But going in, I'm sure you guys all heard about a couple, I think last year, a lot of like abortion laws were passed, civilian side. I just found out, I think a couple weeks ago, that TRICARE doesn't cover abortions unless they're results of bad situations. So that's something I kind of want looked at, especially since I'm in the medical field. I see a lot of that ugly side of it, and the fact that hasn't been implemented is kind of surprising. But hopefully that gets changed.
That's fair. What else?
Personally, I think the Air Force has done a really good job. I also saw an article recently about IVF treatments possibly being covered, or some funding can go for them, even for same-sex couples and things like that. I think the only thing that I get nervous about is all these new issues coming out with women and allowing us to wear hair in ponytails or different colored nails that now complement not just the uniform but are different than just the tans, the whites, the browns and things. I think what makes me most nervous is people feeling that it's excuses in order to want or intensify the number of women in the military. I don't want a bunch of male officials thinking, oh, this is a great idea. Let's let women have their ponytails all the way down to the end of their back, and maybe more will join. Like the thing that makes me most nervous is just allowing us to do things differently or not having the same standards as men because we're women. And that's what I don't like is, oh, she's a female, she can do it differently, or oh, but the same for men too. Like, paternity leave is a really big thing, and the paternity leave getting increased and stuff for fathers is important. So I think equality among all genders is something that needs to be focused on, and not just something that could please only women or please only the males in the military. That's what makes me, But I think we're making really, really large strides to equality amongst all genders.
Yeah. Yeah. I can kind of equate that to that beard thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Right? These guys, I was like, what's the deal with these beards? Like, I don't have a problem with it. But hey, I think it's just the people who try to advocate that whatever is a beard is not one. But I get what you're trying to say, right? If we're trying to increase, our, ladies' retention and things like that, what do we do? So, I think a lot of that has to do with it getting with the times. But I get what you're saying too. Like, hey, let's not go to the point where we lose our identity and we're, there's what we call special treatment.
Right. At the end of the day, this is the military, and we joined for standards and things. So that just can't be wrong.
I get it.
No.
What else? You guys got that? You guys pretty good? If that makes sense? Okay. So with that being said, last article, you guys, I want you guys to hear this because all you folks that's hating on missiles, check it out. Check it out. All right. To celebrate International Women's Day, F.E. Warren Air Force Base staffed one of its missile alert facilities with an all-female crew on Friday. And this was published March 8th. They were a part of the 321st Missile Squadron. Green Tails, let's go. That is my home. 321st Missile Squadron out there at F.E. Warren. Okay, represent. Operates under the 90th Missile Wing, who was ran by my mentor, Colonel Johnny Galbert, who was my squadron commander at the 321st Missile Squadron, and is tasked with monitoring and maintaining the Minuteman III launch facilities. So First Lieutenant Sophie Oswald, a missile combat crew commander, was one of the women working at the alert at Kilo, which I remember Kilo, which is in western Nebraska on Friday. She comes from a family of military roots, including her father, who also served in the Air Force. And she just mentioned, working with an all-female crew makes me proud to be a part of such a strong team where females are proving themselves in every role, she said. It is not just the crew members doing the important work when we are here at the MAV, as we rely heavily on the work of security forces, facility managers, and missile alert facility chefs topside to support the mission, all which are positions held by females here. So if you guys don't know how that goes, it's not just the missileers downstairs doing the thing. You have security forces running everything up top. You have a chef up there. You have the facility manager, all that. And the 321st was able to maintain an all-female facility and ran their missiles that way. That's pretty much a tradition in the 13N community. They used to do it across all wings at one particular day. And they kicked them out. They kicked them out of the MAF and said, we got it today. And they would run it. So the 321st continued that tradition. It's kind of weird how it runs now, but just letting you guys know what's happening with the ladies out there. All right. They are making change. Wonderful. All right. Support your people. They're doing good things out there. Hey, I know it's a lot to absorb, right? And y'all don't know half of the battle out there that they're fighting for. But I just want to leave it with this. You guys are the change you guys are looking for. I've said that to my cadets 50 million times, right? If there's something you all want to see, you're the best ones to advocate for what you want. I can't do it for you. I can support you, right? And that I'm sure that's critical to you all, right? But you all are the change that you are looking for. And I know the Air Force has made a lot of progress when it comes to just the no-brainers. Look for those no-brainers that are just like, how do you guys not think of that? And then they will accommodate. But you have to accommodate. You guys got to like band together pretty strongly and not yield and support each other. That's the best way you're going to get to where you're going. That's the only way it works. So I just want to let you guys know what's going on out there. Ladies are doing the big things at home and abroad. So want to throw that out there. Cool. All right.
I think there was something that I had seen recently too, where there was the first all-female air crew for something. I don't remember what it was. But that was awesome to see too.
That's happening left and right everywhere. Just as, and some people, sometimes the ladies are not into that either. Like I've seen that too. It's like I explained how that works, and it was another female, and it was just like I'm not into that. Like I'm not into that. It's like, okay, that's cool. That's your opinion, right? But realize that it's the new wave. It's what's really happening, and they don't mean anything by it except for the fact that, hey, we can do the mission too, right? That's all it means, right? And that's cool with it. I'm a supporter of it, right? I definitely understand. So lay all the ladies out there, do your thing, right? Do what you need to do in order to advocate for what you want. That's how things get done. So good stuff. All right. Next topic, you guys. All right. This will be fun. Cool. So a lot of women, you all, right? Not me. I'm not a woman, right? Use women empowerment songs as a supportive background for either a bad day or a good movie. As you go through life's ups and downs, you need a reminder of, female power. Like you need that song that empowers you and makes you feel super strong. All right. So there's a bunch of, Oprah produced this huge list of women empowerment songs and all that stuff like that. I think she produced like 50 songs that were on there. My question to you all right, is what is your empowerment song? And the empowerment song, you got to sing it. I'm playing this game. I'm in here, right? But I'm playing, right? Because I know empowerment songs. I know there's dudes that have empowerment songs in their library. They're women empowerment songs in their library. I know it, right? It has nothing to do with their gender. It's just it's a bump. It's a bop. You know what I mean? So I'm going to ask you ladies, what is your female empowerment song? And you got to sing it. All right. Whoever, go. Whoever. I don't care.
Karina, take the lead.
Yeah, Karina, take the lead.
Getting called out. There's a few that I get pretty hyped to, like Are You Ready by Disturbed. It's not like female empowerment, but it's just this one that gets me pumping and going. That's like my early morning. My boyfriend and I, we go to the gym at like 4 a.m. every morning, right? And so it's my like, wake up, go. This is like, that's what I listen to. But when it comes to like, I guess, female empowerment, White Flag by Bishop Briggs is like, it gets me feeling some type of way, and I love it. And so that one's really good. If you've ever seen the movie Six Underground, it's the song at the end when they're starting to blow up all the stuff and all kinds of stuff. That's that song that's playing. And it's just like saying like, I won't wave my white flag. You're not going to take me down without a fight. Like that kind of thing.
I'm not singing.
I'm not singing it. You don't want me to sing.
I'll play it on my phone.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like, that's what.
I support you, Karina.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
Yes,
what an interesting time to do women empowerment. I'm not saying it. I was like, okay. All right, fine. All right, next. What do you got, Chronister? What's your female empowerment song that just lights you up?
I'll follow Karina's lead. So the song that got me through my deployment, that's not really woman in power. It's just like a song that kind of brings a smile to my face. Is Shiny Teeth from the Fairly Odd Parents.
Really? Chip Skylark?
Chip Skylark. I love that song whenever I was having a bad day, if my team was having a bad day, or because we're cyber. We're the IT help desk. Right? So it doesn't matter if your monitors aren't working. It doesn't matter if you lost your glasses. Somehow or another, it's cyber support's fault. So people come at us all the time. And this is the song that I was like, close the door, turn it up. And then everyone was like, yes, because it mentions all the great things. It talks about Christmas, talks about stars. It talks about your teeth and you being pretty. It's great. And then I think for like my womanly empowerment song, maybe Survivor by, I don't think it's actually called Survivor, but Reba, it was like the intro song for her show.
Yeah. Yeah,
I went to
Survivor.
Yeah, there you go. See, why do I have to sing it? You sing it for me.
I just know. I just happen to know. I'm cultured.
Cultured. Yeah, but yeah, that's
okay.
what I like too.
That's cool. All right, Sparza, what's your lady empowerment song that just turns it all the way up?
I'm gonna steal it from my mom because she was my age when she had me. So there's like this video that she always likes to show people to embarrass me of me like on the coffee table and I'm like in my little diapers and I'm dancing to Independent Woman by Destiny's Child. And I love that song. And whenever we're together, that's our song. Like that's when we annoy everyone who's at the stoplight with us, windows down, AC going. We're singing at the top of our lungs. So I'm gonna go with it's like it's a nostalgic song. I can't play it whenever I'm not around my mom though. So
that's cool. You know what makes it better? Singing it. Do
oh
it.
my God, no.
Oh my God. All right. Look, there ain't no pressure. You guys are killing me here. That's not the point. All right, Valentine, what is your female empowerment song?
Mine's by Lizzo. It's Good as Hell.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a really good feel song. Like
song.
If you're getting ready or about to hang out with like your girlfriend, like it's a song that you play while getting ready, and it's like a nice like little hype song. So I like it.
I get it.
I used to blast that song on my motorcycle when I was I had big old loudspeakers. I would blast that song.
I know what you're talking about. That's cool. You gonna give us a cut?
No, I can't.
Oh my God.
I can play it, but I can't sing it.
You guys are killing me. All right, of course. LT, what you got? M?
So obviously, like many others, there's so many good hype songs, female empowerment songs. Like we're in the time of women just killing it, and I'm totally here for it. So one of my first favorite female empowerment songs is Girl on Fire. I think it's by Alicia Keys. That's a really good one. That'll get me hyped. But as a Jersey girl, Cardi B can do anything and sing anything, and I am such a believer. So my favorite song by her is Get Up 10. And the line that no profanity and that can just empower any female is, I've been down 9 times, but I get up 10. So basically it's saying, everybody has their struggles. Everybody assumes that, theirs is worse than somebody else's, but it's not the amount of times that you've been knocked down. It's about the amount of times that you continue to get up and push forward and reach for the goals that you as an individual and the people around you want.
Oh,
yeah, that's good.
That's what's up. All right, ladies. That was good. Y'all got some female empowerment songs in here. Hey, mine's, I don't know if you guys heard this. This is way back there, but I'm an old schooler. Mine's is Ladies Night by Kool and the Gang.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying, right? Right? Oh, this is Ladies Night. And the feeling's tight. And this is Ladies Night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. I was like, that's my song, boy. And then when Missy Elliott and them and Left Eye and all that did the remix later on in the 90s. Yeah. Y'all didn't hear that song? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Brat. Oh
okay,
my God.
Cool. and then Left Eye came out with the hottest line on there. Never the one packing the got the other wrong chicks for that. Later. Oh man, that was my part. Can't go into it too much, but you know what I'm talking about, man. Rest in peace to Left Eye, man. That was the best part. Okay, so that's mine. That's my favorite. Amongst, again, a lot of them I had I'm Every Woman by Shaka Khan and Whitney Houston. I had Fire, Alicia Keys. I'm Coming Out. I got a few of them, right? Ladies First, Queen Latifah. Come on, I'm a classic. I'm a retro. So a lot of women empowerment stuff. Okay. All right. Cool. Next one. As we pivot through to the next one. All right, we're going to play a game. Valentine, I'm going to take this one for you, all right? We're going to have some fun with this one. All right. So we're going to play, the female version of One Must Go. I simply give you 4 things. You simply tell me which one's got to go. Ladies, keep the channels open. And I want you guys to just let us have it. All right. So you guys ready? All right, ladies. Here we go. Here's the first round. So makeup, phone, mani-pedis, or your favorite food. One's got to go.
Makeup. Yeah.
Makeup. That's so easy.
Who has time? It's constantly changing. It's super expensive. I'd rather have queso.
Valentine.
I could do without mani-pedis. I
Yeah, I
can
was
do
gonna
it
say
myself.
mani-pedis for me.
Okay.
I don't care for my
Okay.
nails.
I just wear shoes.
All right.
I wear shoes all the time. Y'all see me in Crocs. Don't ask.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
cracking, you mean
That's
rocking.
what I'm saying.
All right. Well, speaking of, check it out. Next round. Your shoe collection, clear skin, hoodies, or hair.
I got 2 on.
Shoes.
Oh.
Oh my God, shoes.
Wait, say it again.
No.
Shoe
All
collection.
right. Shoe collection, clear skin, hoodies, hair.
Hoodies.
Yeah,
Like
I'm gonna have to go with
my
hoodie.
bro?
I don't
Hoodie.
care for hoodies.
One's got to go.
I
Miss
live in
Martha, one's
hoodies.
got to go.
I live in hoodies. I gotta get rid of shoes. I could get t-shirts about what shoes I'm wearing.
Or with no
Well,
hair?
your shoe collection. Well, you know, you can have the minimum amount of shoes. It says shoe collection.
Oh.
Yeah, I like shoes.
I have like 10 pairs of shoes, so
Miss Martha, which one?
I guess shoes.
Really?
I can't. It's
Okay, all right, cool.
hard.
You have to pick one. Okay, all right, cool. Thank you. Okay, you guys ready? Next round. All right. Here we go. Bags as in purses, earrings, perfumes, or necklaces.
Bags.
Necklaces.
purses.
I don't care for purses.
Who didn't pick?
I think perfumes. There's just so many, and my fiance's picky, and I don't care. As long as I don't smell like a fart, I'm fine.
Oh, my guy. All right. Okay. All right. Next round. All right. We're talking superheroes. Black Widow, She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, Storm. Which one's got to go?
Ooh.
Who's Storm?
She-Hulk.
That's
Who
X-Men.
said that?
Storm.
Who said
From
that?
X-Men.
Who
From
said
X-Men.
that?
Yeah, okay. Sorry, no. Fiance hasn't made me watch that series, so it's no.
Oh my gosh. You know who Storm is? Okay, I'll send you a picture later. You'll be like, oh, okay. You're like, it's Storm from X-Men. Played by Halle Berry in the movies. Okay. All right.
Yeah, She-Hulk's gotta
She-Hulk.
go.
Yeah, that's.
All right, I'm just asking,
it's a
right?
weird
She was
show,
hot,
too.
right?
Captain Marvel is my she's gotta stay.
I would love her.
Like the other
I
one,
would love her
ugh.
10 times more.
Black
if she
Widow's a
didn't
bad
go to
Black
the
Widow.
academy.
Okay. All right. Everybody's saying She-Hulk gotta go. Does anybody
Yeah.
think She-Hulk has to stay?
No.
She's mid.
No? Okay.
cool.
All right. Just on that. Okay.
I'll
I
walk
didn't
her
even
out
watch
the
the
door.
show.
Yeah.
I was like, it's ridiculous.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Oh, I'll kick her ass out the door. I don't know. Get the fuck out.
Like, you're embarrassing
Okay.
me. Damn it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Here we go. Next round. So next, still on the superheroes. We're talking Harley Quinn, Supergirl, Batgirl, Catwoman. Which one's got to go?
Who's
Who's
Batgirl?
Batgirl?
One
You
of
know
the
who
two,
Batgirl
either
is?
Super or Batgirl.
You don't know who
could go.
Batgirl is?
Batgirl can go.
Well,
I like
which
that
one was
girl.
they filmed, but they never actually premiered?
Maybe Batgirl.
Probably Batgirl. 'Cause I don't know her.
Oh my God. I got to see you guys' pictures. There is a Batgirl. Okay.
Yeah.
Catwoman on top.
Okay. Because y'all just do the
Harley Quinn gotta
unfamiliarity.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here's the last one, y'all. Here it goes. Buckle up and hold on tight. Here we go. Which one's got to go? Intelligence, looks or features, hustle, or how they appear?
Isn't that the same as looks and features?
Kind of.
Then
So let's go with that.
You're talking more like dress,
Yes,
like how they dress
appearance.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Like their
Not looks
okay.
and features as in their face. Appearance.
appearance, because I could shop for them anyway.
Yeah, I'd say
You don't care
appearance
about
too.
that? You just look like a bum. You just look like a bum.
If he's comfortable,
I
as long
care.
as he gets the job done.
I care too. I can't be walking out looking good and you look like Adam Sandler. Like,
That's why you go shopping for them.
Like, let me take your money, Adam Sandler, and let me go take you shopping. Is that how we doing it?
No, we don't even.
Just
They
be
don't even.
5'8" and I get everything.
They're hired. They're hungry. They need to sit down. You just buy the clothes, bring it home. They're good.
You're right.
Okay. All right. Well, that being said, I made it very, very easy. Y'all made that. See, not so bad. You guys made it through. Okay. So as we wrap up this show, we're pivoting last event of the day. All right. So I'm going to ask you all, you ladies, very simple question. All right. But you might get a little emotional in there. I get it. I understand. But I'm going to ask you all, as I hang with you as we wrap this thing up, your 3 most influential women in your lives and why. Let's go with LT. Let's go with Emerald.
Okay, mine's going to be a super cliche answer. But it would be my mother, my stepmother, and I'm going to go with my middle sister, Amber. My mom, my stepmom both grew up in not the best homes and things like that. And they have fostered such a loving, Captain Sledge knows my stepmom, but such a loving and caring environment. And then my sister, Amber, she's a D1 track athlete. She's in pre-vet med, and she's a volunteer, and she just does a lot of stuff to not only empower herself as a female, but empower others. She has a little Instagram page that she shares like her tips and tricks on how to become a pre-vet med student and how to get into veterinary school and things like that. And even though she's my little sister, I don't tell her much, but she definitely inspires me to be a better woman for sure.
Okay, cool. Esparza, I have my guess, but I'm gonna go. Girl, we know. It's like, all right. So Esparza, what do you got? I know I kind of have a guess.
Well, I mean, I can't say important women without mentioning my mom. She's great. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that woman is 10 different types. It's crazy, but I love her. I call her at least 3 times a day, and I annoy her. I tell her, hey, Mom, look, I made breakfast. And she's like, good for you. And I'm like, hey, Mom, I pumped gas. And she was like, good for you. But she's just my pillar for what I do right, what I do wrong, what my callback to reality, my comfort person. She is like, I feel like you guys believe in like past lives? I feel like in my past life, she was still my mom. Like, she's just so familiar and warm, but she does that to everyone. Like my friend group will still go over to my house even when I'm not there, just to hang out with my mom, just because they're just like, I need advice. And I'm like, well, call me. And they're just like, no, I already talked to your mom. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she's just mom to mom everyone, okay? But she's just that type of person who, you go with her with all your problems, and she just will not judge. She will just listen, give you advice if you want it, but if not, she's more than happy just to be like a listening ear. But yeah. Secondly, music is a really big part of my life. Like, there's not a second in my house. This is the quietest it's ever been in my apartment or anywhere I'm at. There's always music playing. But if I ever want to feel like close to home or anything like that, it's always Selena. Not Selena Gomez, Selena Quintanilla.
Got it. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, I don't speak Spanish very well, but the Spanish that I do know is from her songs or her like live concerts, her fashion sense, her just demeanor, the way she smiles. Oh my God, that is like, the fact that I'm gonna be older than her, like in the next 2 years, is very weird to think about. Like, she is really who I thought of as like a woman, and realizing that she was like in her early 20s is really eye-opening for me. But she's definitely one of my role models. But it is just like music. Her and Beyonce are pretty tied. But for my third, it'd have to be my grandma. My grandma is on the younger side, but she's not your typical grandma at all. Like, this woman cannot cook. She's the youngest of all her siblings, so she was always cooked for. So I missed out on my grandma who cooks like real good Mexican food. I always go over to my grandma's older sister for that. But she's in her late 50s. So whenever there's protests in downtown LA, she is there with, like, she is causing chaos, like, for, like, when there was all that stuff about the border and all the kids in, like, cages and stuff. She was there at, like, the police stations, the Mexican embassy. Like, she was protesting. She had a little sign. She had my baby cousins there holding up signs. I'm like, woman, go to work. Go home. Grandma. And she's calling me. She's like FaceTiming me. I'm like, please go back to your minivan. But that's just the stock of the woman. Like, they speak their mind. They're loud, and I love it. Those are my peoples.
Cool. Karina.
Yeah, so I think, of course, first my mom. She's my best friend. I love her to death. She's just always been there for me, and she's always there for me if I need to talk to her or anything like that. She's got me through a lot of stuff. And then second is, she was a captain for me. She was one of my cadre members from New Mexico State. She's a lieutenant colonel now, Lieutenant Colonel Greensfelder. She read me my oath. She's always been a big mentor for me. She's a maintenance officer. So we kind of clicked because my dad was enlisted maintenance for 20 years. And so I just kind of gravitated towards her, but she is absolutely amazing. Her and her husband are both really great people. They're over in Korea right now. And then third, I want to say, is a NCOIC that I had at my first base at Eglin, Master Sergeant Cluse, and she is awesome. She's actually up at FE Warren right now. And she was just, she wouldn't dilly-dally, and she would just tell me straight up about how she felt, and if I did something wrong, like, she was no shit. And that's how I am. I prefer people be blunt than beat around the bush. So I'd say her. She was just a super great person to have and a great mentor early on in my career. Brand new second lieutenant going on. So yeah.
All right, Valentine.
So same boat. First off, definitely my mom. So growing up, my mom was a single mother of 5 kids, and everything she did, like, she was just so hardworking, and she got really burnt out, but she really tried to set all of us up for success. And I'm just super grateful for all the sacrifices and things that she did, especially with her not even being from America, and then just like making sure that we felt just comfortable with everything. Like, everything that I did, she encourages me, she supports me. Even when I make choices like leaving nursing, like, she's upset, but she will still support me. And like, any dream is never too big. Like, anything I want, I could succeed just from that mindset that I got from her. So the next one, there's my 2 sisters. I appreciate them so much. So my eldest sister, this is a 10-year difference. But just growing up, she's just always been my rock and just kind of like helping us. And I don't know, she's just always so supportive, always encouraging me to have good grades. I could always depend on her. Like, if I need something, she would drop a moment's notice and help. My other sister, she's like my best friend, my partner in crime. We're like a year apart. And she's just amazing. They're always just supporting me. And I don't know if you guys heard, but like last year, when we had the shooting at UNLV, like, I left my phone at the student union. So like, and we didn't know what was going on. So I wasn't able to get in contact with them. And then they finally were able, like, they were calling everything. They were calling the detachment. Like, I don't know if they spoke to you, sir, or Captain Sutton, but they found one of the cadre members to finally get in contact with me. And they're both just bawling and crying because they didn't know what was happening. But it just made me really appreciative of them because, I don't know, I love them so much. And I'm happy I could always depend on them.
Yeah, that most likely was Captain Sutton. I was at Nellis at that day. But everybody else was over there at UNLV. But I'm glad that they were able to make that connection. That was rough that day. That was craziness. Yeah. Okay, cool. Jonies.
So to start, probably my mom. We have a pretty typical Hispanic mother-daughter relationship where we love each other one minute and then she's calling me a pendeja the next minute, and just coming for my throat. Like, I don't know why she gets so excited, but she would say the exact same thing about me. At the same time, no one knows me as well as she does. Like, even while I'm still trying to process how I feel about a situation, she can just look at me and know that I'm going to go left or right. She also has an incredible trust for people, because I don't know how many other people will meet a man through letters and decide that she's going to abandon her entire country and the only language that she knows to come marry this man and start a life with him. I think that's insane, but I also would not be here had she not done that. And that's just kind of the love that she leads with. So definitely my mom. And then I mentioned her earlier, my fairy godmother, my neighbor down the street. Since the moment I met her, I was walking my dog, and she's been open arms, welcoming. She's also like my age gap bestie, and all of the TikToks and Instagram videos you see about that, that's her and I. And when I say she glitters, I don't just mean her shoes and the eyeshadow she wears. She just has that glittering personality. When I tore my ACL, she was there. When I got into my car accident, she came to pick me and my mom up in Denver, took me to the ER, all the things. Like I said, whenever I need her, she's dropping whatever she's doing to come get me. And not to mention, she is like the definition of a boss. She, again, isn't military, hasn't touched military, but she is running things with her company. And even though it doesn't directly translate or apply, I can definitely go to her for mentoring things or be like, I have this situation with this person. How would you do it? Or what's the professional way of saying X, Y, Z? And she has it unlocked. ChatGPT, forget about it. I just go to Ashton. And then the third is one of my really, really good friends. She's actually one of my bridesmaids. I've never had a big sister, and I don't have a lot of family that's close by, so I'm not super close with the cousins or anything. But my friend Jordan is definitely like poised and graceful, and just has a very nice way of holding herself and holding people accountable. And she sees a lot of things that I don't, and has kind of been like my eye opener when it comes to, hey, you keep saying that this person at work keeps telling you to smile. You know that's not okay, right? And then I'm like, oh, it felt creepy, but I don't know why it felt creepy. But now you telling me that it is validating. You're validating that it's okay to feel creepy by this person. I should tell this person to stop or go talk to somebody to get this person to stop. Is helpful, because yes, well, we're women and we experience things differently. We don't always know that we're right, or we're thinking that it's just an us thing and not a like women empowerment thing. So to have someone backing you that way, or just to be there and be that ear, is incredibly helpful.
Cool. Well, ladies, of course you guys did it big as usual. I expect you guys to deliver. So I'll give you guys my three. So of course, cliche, my mom. I don't come from a very, what I like to call functional family. So what I do know is that my mom, Julia Sledge, let's make sure we get it right, had to raise 4 kids in San Diego, California, which was not easy. She was a young mother. I'm the third. So her first kid arrived when she was about 15. That was my older sister. So she'd been hustling ever since then, never really got a break. You know how that goes. Due to how hard she had to hustle, she had to sacrifice a lot of the love that you would expect. I can't say that, my mom was very, lovey-dovey emotional. She taught me how to survive in some harsh conditions. And that was done on purpose, right? So, based on some experiences that she had, as I got older, I was like, you know what? I understand. I was like, I understand exactly why you had to do what you did, right? As I got to learn who she was and how she grew up. So all that woman knows is hustling. And that's all I know is hustling. Like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to turn it down. I don't know how to turn it off. She taught me everything I need to know about that. The second person that I give that to was my neighbor, but I call her my mom figure as well. Her name is Rosalba, lives right next door to me. What I was lacking in love from that department, she was able to give me right next door. right? So I did get the love that I was looking for from a motherly like figure, but I just went next door for it, right? But because I was open, I was welcome, and I got all the affection that I was looking for as a child coming up. So I can't complain that I didn't get it. I got both, right? So that was one of the things that really pivoted to me and showed me how to be family oriented. So that's the second. And then lastly, of course, the person who deals with me every day, right? The person who deals with my bull crap every single day. That's my wife. Hold it down for me probably right now, keeping these youngsters at bay from, running around upstairs and turning on TVs and throwing blocks at me, right? That's her being my Jupiter, making sure that these meteors don't come into my threshold, right? If you guys are science people. But I appreciate what she does every single day. She works with me to secure the bag every single day, right? I can argue I don't have the bag. She works with me every day to secure the bag. So without her, that's a missing piece of me that I know I would not be fully functional. So that is another inspiring woman, of course, who's been in my life. And I thank her for it every single day. So just letting you guys know that. So the last thing I want to leave you guys with, again, I want to remind you that you are the advocates of the change that you want in the future. So don't forget that what you want, you have to advocate for, and there's nobody better on this planet to do it than you. No one does it better. I can't do it for you, right? You have to do it for yourselves. And I want to leave you guys with a quote that really idolizes how I treat people. And that came from Maya Angelou, who is a woman, right? So she went on to say that something to the effect of, people will always forget your name, but they will never forget how you make them feel. Okay. And that literally sums up my leadership. If you think about it, I've touched every last one of y'all in some way, right? Esparza, stay tuned. But from what you guys all know of me to this point in time, regardless of your race, color, gender, whatever, you might not remember my name, but I want you guys to remember how I made you feel. So that's why I'm particular about how I express myself to you all, because I want you guys to always have that feeling that things are getting done and you feel good about yourselves, so that, you can make others feel the same way. And that's it. That came from Maya Angelou. So another one of the influential women in my life. So with that being said, we are going to wrap this show up. I encourage you all to talk to somebody different than you. You might learn something new. All right. And make good choices out there and be safe. All right. And we are out of here. Laters.